Hey everyone, it's darknesstales and I just want to say thank you for clicking on the video. Don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button. Check me out on Patreon as well as my other social medias. They'll be on the screen as well as in the description down below. With that being said, let's get on with the story. They don't offer any high definition. You can't connect them to the internet. If you were lucky enough, you'd be able to get one with a VHS player attached on the bottom. That's not the case now, though. My mind reels about thinking of the models left on doorsteps with VHS attachments. Are there any tapes in them? Have people even checked? I don't know whether to feel sorry for them, thankful that I wasn't one of them, although this scenario's left me thinking that there isn't much to be thankful for. Not anymore. See, people think they want the answers to life. The ultimate question. The only one that really matters when it comes down to it is death. How am I going to die? How old will I be? Will I be alone? Will my children go before me? I used to be one of those people, but now I have my answer, and will spend every second left of my living life wishing I never got it. There weren't any knocks on the door. The doorbell didn't ring. I just simply woke up, opened my front door to smoke a cigarette, and there it was. An old Magnavox television set. It wasn't dusty. It looked like it was in good condition. The screen even still shined. But this didn't belong to me. It couldn't have. I threw out this exact same television set over 20 years ago. I had seen an uprise in older television sets being set out on the curb. I didn't do this with that one. Nostalgia caused me to bring it right inside to see if it still worked. Something inside of me shifted the instant the screen clicked on. First, there was only static, along with indecipherable white noise. But soon, the reflection that stared back at me through the television screen changed. I was older. Not elderly, though. Hints of gray had just started to flirt with the hair on my temples. Silver streaks shone through the red of my beard. I'll have to admit, for a second, vanity took hold before rationality. A little older? Yes. A little gray? Absolutely. But I still looked damn good. The surroundings in the television screen warped and changed. The scene depicted a dark and dingy hospital room. I'm laid up in bed. An oxygen mask was placed over my face, and it looked like I was being fed intravenously. A dark figure crept ever closer to me from a far corner. His body was monstrously thin and rigid. Bones protruded from his back like he was preparing to shift forms. Where his face should have been, there was only a static-filled screen. I'm not being colorful either. He literally had a television screen for a face. Images of my contorted and twisted body suddenly flipped through it. This thing was channel surfing through every level of pain the human body could experience. My body was riddled with tubes, the largest one inserted at the base of my throat. It was like watching a movie. All fuzziness and static had left, leaving a terrifying clarity to the screen. Ridiculously, I called out to myself, screamed at myself to turn around. I half expected the other me to hear. I should say, did not hear. My wife sat in a small chair next to my shell of a body, her slender frame racked with stifled sobs. While still beautiful, stress and sorrow hadn't been as kind to her aging process as it had been to mine. Before the cancer, that is. She looked withered. Her eyes held no hope. The doctor came into the room and told her they had done all they could treatment-wise. But unfortunately, it had spread too far to be helped. They said those fatal words, giving my murderer a name: advanced stage esophageal cancer. My thumb flew to the power button and pressed it. I didn't want to see anymore, know anymore, or hear anymore. If I turned it off before seeing anything more, I could still chalk it up to insanity. This wasn't real. But the television wouldn't turn off. I reached for the cord, ready to yank it out of its outlet and take the whole thing to the trash. The moment my fingers wrapped around it, my wife asked a question. If we had caught this sooner, would you have been able to save him? The doctor looked at her woefully, shook his head, telling her at this point it was hard to say. It was a miracle that I had survived this long with this much damage to my throat. She then asked how long ago he thinks the cancer developed, and said that I'd been having problems with my voice. She said I'd been losing it on and off for the past 4 years or so. She explained how I worked at a job where I had to yell all the time. We figured that's what the strain on my voice was. The doctor replied that sometimes, in such cases, it can be treated and go into remission. However, in my case, me losing my voice was likely signs of the cancer gaining strength, expanding. If we had found it 2 years ago, there wouldn't be much difference. I yanked the cord out of the wall with all my might, trying to end my misery. The screen shut off, white flashing through black. In those final moments, just as the white before the screen were consumed with black, I saw so many flashes of many things. Once you see the Static Man, you'll always be on his radar. He'll start to make himself known in your real world. And the closer he gets to you, the closer your death follows behind. So please, I am begging you, if you wake up one morning and find a television on your porch, get rid of it. Do not bring it into your home. Do not plug it in, because if you do, you'll find out all the things that you didn't want to know. I did. I've seen how I die. I've seen how you all do. Believe me, it's not something you want to know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, wasn't that just a terrifying time? I'll leave a link to the story as well as the author page down below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Check out my Patreon page. And as always, my Darkness Militia. Have a terrifying evening.